everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Kareth. Thank you for joining me today. I do have a fantastic recipe for something we call Fiesta chicken. It's just a really nice, flavorful chicken that is in a cheesy kind of Tex-Mex sauce, and it's terrific as a topping for like a rice bowl. You could put it on tortilla chips for some delicious chicken nachos, or if you're watching your carbs, you could also put it on top of a salad or on some cauli-rice. And y'all, it's just a delicious meal. You can also turn this into kind of like a chicken tortilla soup. I'll show you that at the end of the video. I'm going to put up here on the screen the list of ingredients you'll need to make this. Now, I'm going to be putting this in a crock pot. And I love it because, I can put it together in the morning and then it can kind of go all day, especially if you use the chicken thighs. I'm using frozen raw chicken thighs that I got from Costco, but you could also use Thrive Life freeze-dried chicken. You just don't have to cook it as long. I'm going to start by putting some water down into the bottom of my crock pot. And then I'm going to put everything in here that's like powdered or dry first. And then I'll stir that together and we'll have kind of the ingredients of the sauce. And then we'll add some other freeze-dried things and the chicken at the end. Thrive Life has a fantastic cheese sauce that I put in here. And I also included some of their velouté sauce, which is like this rich chicken gravy. It's really good. But if you don't have that, just don't worry about it. I'm also going to include some Thrive Life sour cream powder. Now, if you don't have that and you just have fresh sour cream from the fridge, you could put that in there as well. I'm including some ranch seasoning. I like that in combination with the taco seasoning that you see me putting in here. And I like just those two together. But if you don't like the ranch, you could substitute it with maybe some garlic powder, some salt and pepper. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of chipotle powder in there because I like that spice. You could also use a can of chipotle peppers, just a little bit of that if you prefer, or just leave it out altogether if you don't want the spice. I just added a little bit of chicken bouillon. I'm going to give this a really good whisk and try to combine all those powders and those seasonings with that water. I only actually put 1.5 cups of water in here. And you might think, wow, that's not going to be enough. But actually, there's a lot of liquid or moisture that comes off of those chicken thighs, those frozen chicken thighs. So that's really all the water I needed. Let's add some of the Thrive Life freeze-dried ingredients now. I've got some chopped onions going in there. I also really like the sweet corn. These measurements are up to you. I'll put the full recipe down in the description box and I'll let you know how much of each of these ingredients I included in here, but you can feel free to add more or less just depending on your personal preferences. I like to include some of the pepper jack. I love Thrive Life pepper jack. It's so good and it melts so nicely, but I love the flavor of it and it makes the sauce really nice and cheesy in combination with that cheese sauce that you saw me put in earlier. Now I'm going to just put a can of Rotel in here because I had it and it's convenient. If you don't have that, you could sub Thrive Life tomatoes and maybe just a few extra chilies and onions, and then maybe just add 1/2 cup extra water. So give that a really good stir. Make sure everything has access to the liquid, and then you can put your chicken on the top. So this is just the Costco frozen boneless, skinless chicken thigh meat. And you can see I'm putting it straight out of the package in there. And it's like frozen solid, y'all. I didn't thaw that at all. So I let this cook for probably maybe 3 hours. And then I stirred it a little bit and turned it over and just made sure all of the chicken had access to that liquid. I cooked it another hour or hour and a half, and then I decided to add just a couple spoonfuls of that cream cheese as well as some cilantro. I love the creaminess that the cream cheese adds. Y'all, it's really luxurious. And I just tore off a big chunk of cilantro from the bunch that I had in my fridge. And that's just the juice of half a lime. You could add as much as you like in there. And I'm gonna let that go for probably another hour or so. I think I ended up leaving this in the crock pot on low for about 5.5 hours. I just got busy doing stuff. And that's the nice thing about using that thigh meat is you really can't overdo it in the crock pot. You can let that go for a couple of hours past where you think it'll probably be ready, and it just doesn't dry out. It doesn't get tough. And I can't say the same thing about using chicken breast meat because that will dry out. You can overcook that in a crock pot. But anyway, the thighs, they just can go and go and go. So you'll need to pull those out and either shred them or chop them with a knife. I just cut them with a knife on my cutting board, and I added them right back in there. And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna taste this, see if I need to adjust the seasonings at all. And I thought it could use just a pinch of salt, and I put a little bit of cream in there because I love the cream. Y'all know me. If you've watched my recipes, you know how much I like heavy cream. So I did add just a little bit of shredded cheese, and then I let it go for about 30 more minutes with the lid on. It's still on low. And yeah, this is what it looks like when it's finished. The chicken is just surrounded by that nice cheesy sauce. And then, you know, the beans are perfect. The Thrive Life instant beans, they are par cooked. So those are going to be nice and tender. It's important that you use the instant beans here and not just raw black beans. Of course, you could use a can of black beans that you rinse instead. But you're not going to have enough time to get raw black beans cooked. So make sure you're using the Thrive Life instant black beans or a can of black beans. But isn't this gorgeous? I love all the colors. And the chicken is nice and tender. But that sauce, y'all, it's so wonderful. And like I said, you can put it on top of a bunch of different things. You could put it in a tortilla and have a taco. It's just so yummy. If you want to use the Thrive Life chicken slices instead, you could totally do that. And I think you wouldn't need but maybe a couple of hours on low in the crock pot, and then it should be ready. Because of course that chicken is already cooked. And then really all you're needing to do is make sure those black beans are tender and everything is refreshed all the way through. So I do like using the crock pot, especially in the summer when I don't want to turn on my oven very much. So this is a really convenient way to cook and get some delicious food that can be used in a variety of ways. This is probably going to be at least 6 servings, I think. But let me show you how I like to do it for my in-laws. My in-laws love a chicken tortilla soup. So what you can do in that case is just serve everybody else their chicken first, and then whatever's left, you can either add some water to the crock pot, or what I did was I got a bowl and then I filled it about halfway up with hot water from my kettle, and then I added the chicken and the sauce on top of it, gave it a stir, adjusted the seasonings, and that is a delicious bowl of chicken soup. Now, if you are enjoying my recipes, I do have 2 cookbooks available at this time. I have them both available in print and as an ebook downloadable book. The print versions are available on Amazon. I'll link to that below. And the ebooks are available on my website, which is thefreezedriedfoodie.com. I will also link that below. And these are great because you can download them onto multiple devices after you purchase. You can have it on your tablet, on your phone, on your laptop, whatever you like there. I'm so proud of those. I hope y'all really are enjoying them. I'll include my Thrive Life shopping link down below because I do sell the food. And if you click on my link and buy it, it doesn't cost you anything extra, but I will get a small commission, which is very nice. It helps me to keep doing what I do. I always appreciate that. Well, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching. And I hope you have a fantastic day. God bless you. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.